Well, oh, it did it again. No. Oh, ouch. Welcome back to Truth Quest. My name is Aaron Moriarity. I will be your host, and we're going to go on a quest for truth together, filled with glitches, possibly. We'll see how many glitches we have today, shall we? Anyway, I hope you're all having a great time because now you're here with us at the Truth Quest on the spaceship, whipping around the world because here at the Truth Quest, we're just downrange of strange, where the outrageous is contagious and the paranormal is the new normal. Oh, yeah, and you better believe it is. Okay, I'm going to share this out because I think I'm the only one watching. And so I'm sure on replay, there's more. And thank you for watching on the replay. I really appreciate it. And just remember, we're always on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, in the evenings around this time. Yeah, and that's what we do. Hello, Catherine Weiss. You're the first one here. Good to see you. Hello, Thinky Dink. No glitches tonight. Hey, Thinky Dink. That's a cool name. Everybody has such cool names. I wish I could go back in time and have a really cool Anon name, you know? But, you know, maybe someday. I'm going to go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. I got number 2. Number 2 is my lucky number for a week. And you can grab your lucky number too by clicking that like button. Oh, and we got 3 already. Fantabulistic. How do you like that? We got some things to talk about today, friends. Quite a bit of things to talk about. Don't we now? Yes, we certainly do. Okay. There's a news item out today, and you may have seen it. And let me get the picture up here. Hold on a second. I hope you're all having a wonderful time, and Happy New Year. We will be broadcasting on New Year's. Should be around the same time. So join us for that festive occasion. It happens once a year. It's called New Year's Eve. And it's actually my little brother's birthday too. My brother Craig. There you go. And there you have it. All right, now I can mosey on over to here and get that thing up here for you. Here it is. It's news from NASA. NASA is hiring 24 theologians. NASA is hired 24 theologians to assess how the world will react to this discovery of alien life on distant planets and how it might change our perception of gods and creation. Well, you know, there's always been this kind of like, I think it's since the early 60s when they did that, what was it, the Bradford Report or something, where they said that if the news was let out that there are aliens, that the whole society would crumble. I just disagree with that. I think that if you, whatever faith you are faithful to, I'm sure there is some way to reconcile life elsewhere. And it doesn't mean the end of anything. Like, you know, I think, well, you know, with 24 years of Ancient Aliens, or 20 years or whatever it's been, So yeah, they're going to assess how humans will react. How humans, well, take a poll. Can't you just take a poll and figure out? I mean, come on. I think aliens have been part of our culture for a long time, and it's not all negative either. So yeah. Oh, Catherine Weiss, thank you very much. Hello, Mud Rabbit. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, isn't that wild? The NASA is hiring yeah, it's just, I don't know. Yeah, CTI is the Center for Theological Inquiry at Princeton University in New Jersey, which NASA gave $1.1 million grant in 2014. CTI is described as building bridges of understanding by convening theologians, scientists, scholars, and policymakers to think together. Oh, there's a novel idea. And inform the public inform public thinking. Inform public thinking on global concerns. Well, there it is. That's very interesting. So now they wouldn't be doing this unless they're going to be disclosing something, and it's still not going to be enough. No matter what they do, it won't be enough. Not enough for me. We want it all. Like what the Beatles said in The Garden of Love. Where are we going? We're going to the top. We're going to get it all. Full disclosure. If we have to turn over every rock ourselves, we'll get the truth. A lot of the truth is already out there. We've been digesting it for quite a long time. Happy birthday, Craig. Yes, it's my little brother. There you go. And thank you so much, Catherine Weiss. And Artist61. I got an email from Artist61, and I'm sorry I didn't notice that the last show. And we'll get to that in a little bit here, what you sent. And thank you for doing that. If you ever want to send me something, you can send an email. It's hotgamesandpuzzlesllc@gmail.com. And there you go. But for right now, friends, you know what we got for you? I'll give you a guess what we have for you. Here's a good one. Now, this isn't a new one. This is a nice meme. It's meme-tastic. Look at that. So, I'm a conspiracy theorist because you won't research? Exactly. The other one I love to hear is, oh yeah, show me, send me the link. Well, you know, that's not really learning, is it? Just saying, send me a link. No, you got to go find the link yourself. You get the same internet I have, right? I hate it when people say that, you know, the non-believers. They're not going to believe it anyway, no matter what you show them. So there you go, conspiracy theorists. We were all conspiracy theorists before it was cool to be a conspiracy theorist. Isn't that right? That's right. Okay. All righty then. You know what? Why don't we stick the meeting information into the chat right now and get this rocking and rolling. So if you want to call in, maybe you've had an experience, maybe you have an opinion about disclosure or anything else that's going on. You know, the Ghislaine Maxwell trial is over. She's guilty on what, 5 of the 6 counts? Pretty good. But yet, none of the other Johns are being pursued. I mean, I think this is outrageous. And I have a theory about what's going to happen. I'm going to make a little prediction, and I hope it doesn't come true. but it might, because, there's certain patterns. I was born a conspiracy theorist. Yeah. Yeah. So there we go. And there you have it. So what was my next one? Another meme, you say? Here we go. Now this meme is going to expire pretty soon, so we got to use it. I did not make this one, but it's going to expire in a couple days. You know what 2021 needs? Aliens. That's right. Now, remember, friends, one thing that I try to bring up fairly often is to tell people who don't believe in aliens, look, to the aliens, we are aliens. So if you don't believe in aliens, you don't believe in yourself, right? That's the way I see it. And I see no discrepancy between any faith and the existence of extraterrestrials. I don't see any thing that would hinder it, or anyone's real. I mean, they make it seem like, oh, people are going to jump out of buildings. Well, if they're going to jump out of buildings for discovering the truth, well, then there's something else wrong with those people. If you can't tell them the truth, the truth will set you free. That's all there is to know. And I know it's difficult to admit and learn that you've been lied to for so long. Although they're probably going to try and sneak this around and go, oh, look what we just discovered. Yeah, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Hello, Kelly George. Good to see you here. Yeah, let's see if we can find another one for you. You like those memes? Because memes are going to save the world. Here's a good one. And here's the one that, I think a lot of the Dems should pay attention to, because it's Robert F. Kennedy Jr. You need to love your freedom more than you're scared of a germ. That's right. That is right. Words of wisdom. Let it be. Right? Famous Beatles lyrics. Or was that John Lennon? One of the two. Let it be. I think it was Beatles. Beatles. All right. So we got NASA hires 24 theologians. That's kind of freaky. Now, why would they do this? They got the Brookings report from the 60s. Now, why would they do this? The only reason they would do this is that they're going to make an announcement, right? I mean, is there any other way to read that? Is there really any other way to read that? Hello, Dark Brain. Thank you, Dark Brain. Awesome. Yeah, he is an awesome person. He has a condition that has affected his voice, but that's how brave he is to go out there no matter what and just speak the truth, no matter what your voice, no matter what kind of hindrances you have. It's just the drive to speak the truth. And I love that. We need more of that. And some people think that, we need to get rid of all Democrats and put all Republicans in. Well, it's not a Democrat-Republican thing. We need good Republicans and good Democrats. We just need to get rid of all the bad ones. And I really think term limits needs to be, there should be some kind of national referendum, maybe in the next election or something, where everyone can voice their opinion on term limits for Congress people, because it's pretty clear that all they're doing is enriching themselves, because nothing ever happens, but they get bigger houses. Oh, look, they got a couple more Ferraris and another beach house and another mansion. But they didn't solve anything for the people, but they sure got a lot of kickbacks. Yeah, he does look like his father, doesn't he? Yeah. He would be a cool person to photograph. I think he's got a very interesting face. My mom did some charcoal drawings of the Kennedy brothers in a really cool style. Very, very neat. Yeah, very honorable family. Oh yeah, mud rabbit. I just don't trust it. Yeah, this all smells like a deep state entree to the fake invasion, Project Bluebeam. Yeah, they have been bantying about several years now. The idea that the cabal is going to use the tall whites to do this sort of false flag with a little bit of realism. Now, the tall whites, there are different descriptions of the tall whites, so I can't say for sure exactly how that works. But anywho, so that's Robert F. Kennedy Jr. I think that he's a hero. He's taking on Big Pharma, and he's doing it, even with a speech impediment, he's doing it. So, hello, Quint Huggins. Hello there. Welcome to the program. Oh, you heard it's good. Oh, good. I wonder who I paid off to say that. Well, thank you for coming along. I hope that you're curious about the truth and everything else like that. And I'm sure you're going to love it here, because everyone in the chat is so wonderful. Unfortunately, I don't get to see a lot of the chat because I'm not exactly a multitasker, you know what I mean? But so let's see what else we have here for you. This is good. Now, we always like humor here because we're raising our vibrations. And one of the ways we raise our vibrations is with humor. I'm not sure it's realistic to expect to find someone exactly like you. It's a snowflake. Oh, I love this cartoon. This cartoon is great. I remember when I was a kid hearing that, growing up in Minnesota. I live in Wisconsin now, but I grew up in Minnesota, a lot of snow in the wintertime. And I remember hearing that fact that every snowflake is different. And I was fascinated by that. And I didn't believe it. And I wanted to prove it wrong. So I started looking at snowflakes when I was a kid, trying to find two. It's a pretty futile thing. You just breathe on it and it's gone. And I was going to maybe spend my whole life trying to find, but I don't need to do that anymore because some other scientist did it. He found two identical snowflakes. So now I don't have to do that anymore. Thank goodness. Thank goodness for other researchers. How do you like that? Yeah. So I wonder, so Quint, are you coming here because of the UFO angle? Or, we talk about lots of things here. If you've ever seen something, this is a live call-in show too, so people can call in. So feel free to call in if you want to. And that goes for everybody. So there you go. Yeah, there's a lot happening. No, on Red Pill tonight, Red Pill 78, he's on Twitch, DLive, the Foxhole over at pill.net. He's everywhere on Rumble, BitChute. He's got an episode out tonight, friends, that you can't miss. It's the biological mother of that poor young girl that was trafficked by this horrible woman, stepmother or adopted mother or something. But this is the actual mother of the daughter of the girl that was trafficked to that ski lodge in Vermont, where that CNN producer, he's now behind bars, but she's telling the story, and it's just horrifying what she went through, what the real mother went through while this was happening to her daughter. Horrifying. So I encourage you to go and watch that. It's a great episode, and spread the word. I mean, this needs to get out. No wonder CNN does not like carrying stories about these evil diddlers, because they are them themselves. Two of their biggest producers. Now, one of them also, yeah, Griffin. Yes, Griffin is his name. Yes, yes. I keep popping up on your feed. You're amazed at the length of my program. Well, thank you very much. It's usually about 2 hours and change. So yeah, we try to cover lots of stuff here. I guess that's been up there long enough. And so yeah. Here's another one for you, friends. How do you like this one? Some of you are going to keep trusting the government until your pronouns are was and were. Yeah, DiCaprio. He's another meme king of the memes, along with Gene Wilder. Those guys make good memes. You know what? I always thought this guy right here, he could play Orson Welles in the life story of Orson Welles. Don't you think? I've thought that for many years. Someone should do a life story of Orson Welles. He could play him. I think he could play him. Hey, Austin Morris is here. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you out there in Knoxville, Tennessee. Yeah, it's been pretty cold up here. We got some more snow. So yeah, I live in an area where you have to shovel the weather several months of the year. So there you go. It's 2021. It's almost 2022, for heaven's sakes. And we don't have heated roads yet and driveways. Some people do. Shouldn't all people? Mud Rabbit, my cat is chasing a fly, which happens to be flying around right in front of my screen. Oh my, that sounds, you should, hi Austin. You should film that. That would be good. You could probably have a channel, just, you know, the cat and the fly. You know, when I was a kid in school, we used to catch flies. You know, we used to catch them, shake them in your hand, and you throw them on the table, on the desk in school. And then you take a long hair and you tie it around their neck, but don't tie it too tight. Horrible thing happens if you tie it too tight. Then you have a little pet fly. You tie the other end to your pencil, and you have a little pet to keep you company during class. So a bunch of us used to do that. One kid even did it with a bee. He caught a bee and he put a leash around, he put a hair around his neck, and he was playing with it. I'm like going, what if he stings? He goes, he's not going to sting me. He's my pet. Oh. I never tried the bee, you know. Get your B vitamins that way, huh? Yeah. So there you go. I got kind of a festive shirt on today. It's kind of fuzzy and shiny at the same time. It's kind of cool. So there you go. DiCaprio. He's memeing away there. A lot of good memes with him. Now, here's a serious meme. Very serious. Okay. First, they came for the elderly, and you didn't speak up. Then they came for your businesses, and you gave them up willingly. Now they're coming for your children. Stand in the way. Show them faith over fear. Wake up, parents. You are almost out of time. Chilling, but true. Yes, it's truly biblical what we're going through here, friends. And I'm glad that Ghislaine Maxwell was found guilty. However, none of the other Johns were ever, they were vaguely mentioned, but no one's being prosecuted. And so I think what's going to happen now is she's going to get sentenced. Then she's going to be put into some prison somewhere. And then the dark people, the cabal, or whoever you want to call them, is going to call up one of their friends who happens to be in that very same prison, who maybe owes these people a favor or working to get a favor, will visit her and not be so nice to her. This is what I think is going to happen, friends. And let me just get ahead of the news and just say Ghislaine Maxwell did not kill herself, okay? I think it's interesting that the prosecutor was Jim Comey's daughter. She's also the same one that lost the footage of the cell footage within the cell when he was arkancided. You know, the deep state, they got people in places to do dirty deeds done dirt cheap for them. That's all they do. So, yeah. If enough of us wake up, like this meme is saying to do, then we can turn this whole ship around and have this be a good place to raise children again. Oh, he did those ads for a Dark Tower game in '79. Oh, yeah. Tight security, yeah. Yeah, it's funny how the cameras always seem to malfunction right at the propitious moment. It's altogether highly unlikely. Highly unlikely. So, what do we have now? We got a little more humor for you, because I love humor, because humor rocks, okay? Here we go. I'll fight you with my bare hands. Oh dear. Yes. Don't you just love it? Don't you just love it? I'll leave it up there for a while if you want to do a screenshot of it, because it's pretty darn Cool. Hello, Beatrice. Yes, the whole thing sounds fishy. Yes. Yeah. Look at that. Artist 61 likes it. It's such a basic cartoon. I love it. So few lines. Doesn't need much. Yeah, I like that. Jokes are important, friends. Jokes are important. Don't forget about the jokes. The jokes are where it's at, right? That's right. That is 100% right. I hope all of you are doing well tonight. Hello, Beatrice. Good evening. Yeah. Yeah, dark brain. Careful, that deer already took out one bear to get those hands. Hey, you're right. Maybe the bear is a little bit too self-confident. Yeah. That's funny, dark brain. That's awesome. See, that's the awesome part. The laughing, laughter. Hey, 17 likes. That's my favorite number. I'm sure it might be some of your favorite numbers too. One of your favorite numbers. Yeah, 17 likes. Awesome. Now remember, when you click that thumbs up, hello, Darb. When you hit the thumbs up, the number that you get, that's your lucky number for a whole week. So there you go. Hello, Andre. All right. Nice, comfy chat. You know, when I'm working on the thumbnails, because I have to do the thumbnails after the show, a few days after. Um, I get to finally see a lot of the chat, and I'm just in stitches, laughing sometimes, and going, oh gosh, I wish I would have seen that. The deer's been eating spinach. Yeah, Austin. Yeah, he probably has. Oh, Mud Rabbit's number tonight is 3. All right. I was 2. Yeah. Darb Nuretz. Darb Nuretz. That's an interesting name. Oh, we got 18 likes now. All right. Keeps going up. We love that. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, indeed. And we're going to be looking at that picture, a couple pictures that Artist 61 sent. Emailed me the other day. And we'll get that up here in a second. Actually, more than a second. Because everything takes a little bit longer sometimes. Right? There we go. All right, almost finished here, friends. So doing a little housekeeping. Gotta get this all situated. Adding a little description to the video here, help bring more people in. And there we go. And that should be done. All right. Let's see here. Okay, let's check the chat. Oh, oh, I see. Brad Stern. Okay, backwards. Oh, interesting. So funny. I'm thinking, oh, is that? I'm thinking, what ethnicity might that name be? Oh, interesting. Interesting. There we go. Okay, so now we can get rid of this little comic. And so here is the picture that Artist 61 sent on in. And I've already done some darkening to it so that it shows up better. She did the same kind of thing to one of the ISS pictures that I've been doing. And she got some stars. And she's saying that this is like the Big Dipper and maybe the Little Dipper over here. But I noticed that if this is the Big Dipper, it's not the right shape. But we might have, this might help to solve a mystery here. And that is, and I think I mentioned it to Artist 61 in the email, that this curvature that you see, the curvature of the Earth here, I don't think that the space station, it's only 450 miles above the Earth. It's not really up high enough to get that dramatic of a curve look. So what's been pointed out by a lot of people, researchers, is that they use like a fisheye lens. So it makes the Earth look more round, like more impressive because they're up in space. But if this is the Big Dipper or the Little Dipper, and we can check it with a star map, we can find out the distortion and then write the picture. And this will probably end up being almost virtually flat with a very, very, very slight curvature. But that might be one way to figure it out. If we can find a star pattern in one of these shots, and I think if this is the Big Dipper, I mean, shouldn't it go up here? I mean, it's like it's a bent dipper or something. I don't know. What do you folks think about that? Oh, Jacob Waters is off the air? I missed see, this is what happens. I missed stuff. So yeah, that could be a way to let me see here. Get some more brightness in here to get those stars lit up. We're getting some ambient light from the sun rays coming through here, but now you can see those stars a little bit better. Maybe someone who knows the star patterns, but if this is a fisheye lens, it's going to be lensing stuff that's further away. I think it lenses more, doesn't it? I don't know. Not sure. Need some optics expert to come and look at that. But yeah, very interesting. Hello, Green Dragon 64. Good to see you here. Thank you for coming on down. And remember to share this out to your favorite social media platform so we can break through those algorithms. And everything else like that. Kind of looks like a shield. Oh, you mean the atmosphere? Yeah, the atmosphere here looks like a shield. Or are you talking about the stars? Yeah, these have been manipulated a little bit to bring out the background. I think this was the first step, and then here's the second step. It really brought the stars out. So, yeah, that's cool that Artist 61 is doing that, and anybody can do it. You can do it yourself. Oh, they suspended him. Oh man. Oh, that's horrible. Oh, that's too bad. Oh, the top photo looks like a shield. Yeah. Well, when the Earth is so bright, um, the camera doesn't pick up small little lights in the background. Now, I do notice on the ISS footage, when the Earth is in nighttime, you can see the stars very, very clearly. But when there's daylight, when all that light is reflecting off the Earth, creating all that light, it drowns out whatever's in the background photographically. Yeah, yeah, it's amazing what you can tease out of that background there. It's what's lurking, right? You never know. Oh, trolls. Good one, Mud Rabbit. She says, anyone who mods here or elsewhere, when you see those short links that do not highlight, those are trolls dropping quite objectionable material in your chats. Oh my goodness. See, not only are our mods cool and nice and wonderful, but they know all this stuff, you know? That's why my first time over at on the mystery ship, when I visited there, I was made into a mod and I kind of freaked out. I'm like, what? I haven't taken the training. I don't know what to look for. But everyone is a mod over there. I think that's fantastic. Wow. He's a very trusting soul to do that, to give everyone a mod. I didn't know what to do. I was kind of like, yeah. Hello, Kelly George. So there's artist 61, her picture that she sent in. She took a hot air balloon up above the atmosphere and took that picture herself with a Polaroid Instamatic, right? Isn't that right? Flash cube? Just kidding. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Yes, thank you, Mud Rabbit. A wealth of knowledge. It's a serious business because, the deep state's out to close channels like this down. They want to put that crap in there. They'll try to get people to put stuff into chats. They don't want us talking. This is how the evil people lose control, is by us communicating, returning the power to the people, information to the people. Yeah, and boy, I tell you, with NASA hiring 24 theologians to study what the effects will be on the public, on the minds of the public, when it's announced that we've discovered alien life on a distant planet. So they're kind of setting up, they're telling us what they're going to do. So they're going to announce they've discovered life on a distant planet. So this is how they're going to get away with this. Oh, it's too far for us to get to right now. But they're communicating. We got the messages. And then after a few years, they'll get their Project Blue Beam down just right, or they'll have a couple craft their own self, or TR3Bs or something, and they'll use those to do or maybe they'll get some aliens to help. Who knows, right? We'll have to wait and see. But no matter what they give us, remember, it's never enough. We want full disclosure. None of this partial junk. We don't want that. We just don't want it. Someone asked on Facebook, there was a question about hearing your father curse, I don't ever remember hearing my dad ever curse before. He'd say things like Judas Priest, like in disgust, but he would never really swear. And I'd start to think, well, I never heard my mom swear. I never really heard both of my brothers swear either. So isn't that weird? It's probably why I don't swear too much. I swear I don't swear too much. Sometimes it slips out, but most of the time not. Yeah, all right. Well, so that's that picture. And thank you again, Artist61, for sending that on in. We love it. Now, I came across this today. I've seen this before, but this is kind of a nice little thing. If you want to show someone something, they'll say, oh, there's no proof. Well, here you go, Bob Lazar. Here's his lanyard ID tag that he wore at S4 near Area 51. And here's, some documentation that he worked there. Department of Naval Intelligence. Now, there is no Department of Naval Intelligence. That's because it's off the books. It's a black project. So, but there's paperwork from it. So I guess they did have some paperwork. But here's a cutaway section of the sport model, which was the craft that Bob Lazar worked on, helped to reverse engineer. And it's exactly like the one I saw in 1996 over Chippewa Falls. So you have right here is a semicircle. And let me zoom in on that. So here's the reactor right here. Now, there's a thing goes up to here to this point. He never was in the top floor. He doesn't know what's up there. He was only on the main floor, and he leaned his body into the lower floor. There wasn't really enough room to get in there. But these are the gravity wave generators, and they are connected by a flexible metal, and they can turn and point their gravity in different directions, and it causes the ship to travel in different kinds of ways. The seats were too small for humans, and it was about 16 feet tall and 52 feet in diameter. And it was an alien craft. He did see it fly, did a couple of basic maneuvers. Also, he said that at one point inside, when you activated one of these panels, one of these, you see these arch-shaped areas? One of these would become clear and you could see out of it. So at any moment, you could make one or maybe any of these sections be clear so you can see out of them and people could see in. Very fascinating. And of course, in the annihilation chambers where they would put the element 115, which was cut into pie-shaped pieces. And there was an annihilation process which created 100% conversion to energy. Element 115 is stable in that form, and they could handle it. They did handle it with caution as if it was radioactive, but it wasn't. They could touch it if they wanted to, but they didn't. And so there you go. We figured it out. We have a rough understanding of how these things work. And just remember, anything we develop from looking at something like this is not like that. It's wanting to be like that, but it's far removed. We are not at that level to completely comprehend and rebuild something like this. I think, and one of the things that Bob said was there was no seams, no rivets, nothing that looked like two pieces came together. Everything was like all the corners were rounded and like it was molded out of one piece. And indeed, when these extraterrestrials were interrogated, they'd ask them, how do you build these craft? And they'd say, spirituality, spirituality. They literally conjure these things into existence. That's how powerful their consciousness is and their spirituality. So there you go. Hello, Divine Tiffany. Welcome to the program. So there you go. Bob Lazar, great story. He's been talking truth. He took a long time off and he did that movie recently. I 100% believe his story, 100%. So there you go. Good old Bob Lazar. I'd like to have him on the program. If anyone has his number, let me know. I would like to have him on. It would be fantabulistic, wouldn't it? It sure would. We have had some great guests on here. Every single one of them's been a good one. I'm just going to show this again because we have some new viewers that might not have seen this. This is something that I discovered in the ISS footage, much like that Artist 61 picture that we showed earlier. So when I lightened this up, this thing appeared. What is this? It's some kind of space station with a big spaceship on top. And we're still trying to figure it out. I tried calling NASA and Space Force. It's really hard to get a hold of these people. And I finally got a hold of one of the guys at one of the bases. And he said, well, why don't you go on the Facebook page? You can post a picture. Okay, great. I'll do that. I went on there. You can't post pictures. Probably because of, you know, those bots that post weird stuff all the time. But, you know, that's too bad. There should be a way to share a picture and then, you know, they can okay it or nix it, right? So it won't show up to the public until they okay it. But, you know, I think NASA has a credibility problem, and any Space Force or anything, Space Command is going to also have that lingering people like, oh, okay, we're not sure if you're telling the whole truth or not. I'd like to know what this is, because it certainly doesn't look like anything that I've seen, and I've looked many different things. Haven't seen anything like it. Hey, Andre. What's up? Well, we're just doing a little program here. And thank you, Mud Rabbit. Send your photos, stories, experiences to Aaron, HG&P, Aaron, P.O. Box 711, Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin, 54235, or email hotgamesandpuzzlesllc@gmail.com. NASA, you think, yeah, never a straight answer. But, you know, I just, you know, I want to let them know that this is out there in case they don't know it. I'm sure they know it. I mean, wouldn't it show up on their radar? Maybe it hasn't. I don't know. Did you also hear that the James Webb telescope was launched into space and it deployed its little solar panel wings, and it's heading out way past the distance of the moon to the Earth, past that, to a Lagrange point, and that's where it's going to sit and do all of its observations. Now, a Lagrange point is an area in a solar system where there's neutral gravity pull from all directions, no gravity pull from any direction. So it's an area in space where you can kind of park there and you won't be pulled in any direction because it's like I guess it's a Lagrange point. It's where it'll just stay there until you propel yourself out somehow. So that's kind of nice. And those Lagrange points are all around the solar system and everywhere around in space. But and apparently, according to Corey Good, we've got a lot of space stations in some of these Lagrange points. When he was talking about bases and things that they had bases on the moon, Mars, some of the moons of Jupiter and Saturn, other places, and these Lagrange points, which I think is fascinating. Fascinating. There you go. Yeah, so that's the major discovery there. Of course, I tried telling Space Force, tried telling NASA. And I like calling. You know, I've called the White House numerous times, and I've usually gotten through to speak to someone. They have a public line there that you can call. And so you're a citizen, you can call. So there you go. You can call in here too if you want. There's the information. Thank you, Mud Rabbit. Thank you very much. We get the best mods. You know what, friends? This Christmas, I was just overwhelmed by the Christmas spirit, and it just came on to me very, very strong. And it's the first time I've felt that in a long time. This awesome, deep, good Christmas feeling. It's hard to explain, but so I'm very, very grateful for that. It's a wonderful, wonderful time of year. And if you once held the majesticness of Christmas time close to you and it's been fading away, it'll come back. And I wasn't even aware that I didn't have it, but wow, it just really hit me. It struck me hard. I think, seeing my two grandkids really, really did it for me. It was beautiful, beautiful. So there you go. Oh, Austin Morris. I thought it was going to be the lunar Lagrange point, but it's not. It's the solar Lagrange L2 point on the Earth's orbital path. Yeah, they're everywhere, I guess. But they all have that same thing in common. It's an area where you can just park. It's like free parking, like a Monopoly. And you don't get bumped off until someone bumps into you, I guess. Thank you, Dark Brain. Yeah, there is a magic to this time of year. And, it might also be hinged to the winter solstice, which is the 21st. There's something astronomical, something earthly, something spiritually about that time of year. It's just a wonderful, wonderful time of year. And boy, Christmas music is really something else. It's amazing. It's beautiful, beautiful stuff. Oh, StreamYard won't go through Twitter? I have StreamYard, but I have not used it yet because I can't get the green screen to work. But so then I'll be able to do multiple platforms too. But I have to get on these other platforms first. So it's going to be something. Oh, you know what, friends? I forgot. since we had such generous super chatters the other day, we're going to give away some Popple books, okay? Popple books. Now, these are books I illustrated. They helped children's hospitals, and they were endorsed by Jeff Foxworthy, the redneck comedian. Great guy, super guy. And so here it is, Popple, endorsed by Jeff Foxworthy. And it's not clear. It's just that there's parts in the background that are green, like my green screen. See, you can't see through it there. But there you go, Popple. And there's the Jeff Foxworthy quote. He writes here, Jeff Foxworthy, he's the honorary chairman of the Duke Children's Hospitals. My kids and I love Popple. I thank Judith and Aaron not only for their beautiful creativity, but their heart for sick children as well. God bless this project, Jeff Foxworthy. And we met with him only twice. There's the author, Judy Johnson. And there's me. Oops. The illustrator. There you go. And you see this little bug right here? Where is he? Okay, there's a bug, at least one bug, sometimes two, on every spread when you open this up. So when you're reading it, you'll find those little bugs, like there's one right here. See? There you go. So it's a great little story. It's a non-prejudice story. So we're going to give it away to the lucky person, the third person to email me at hotgamesandpuzzlesllc@gmail.com. So I'm going to go and check my email. Oh, another one from Artist 61. I didn't get that before the show. Oh, wow. Okay, well, I'll get in touch with you about that after. That sounds interesting. Okay, we're waiting for the emails. So third email gets this book. I will mail it to you. Postage free because we got super chatters last episode. And thank you, Dark Brain. You were the main super chatter, so thank you. You're the reason we're giving this away. And we'll give a couple of these away. So there you go. Let's see who will be the first, the second, and then the winner. So we'll keep an eye on that. Yes, we will. And if you want to hear the book, I actually read both of the books as Popple and Popple's Place. We'll give Popple away first, and then we'll give Popple's Place away. And then so there you go. Fabulous prizes. Yeah, made in America too. Can't beat it. These were printed right here in Wisconsin, at Stevens Point at Warzella Publishing. They printed these for us, did a really great job. And the paper is really nice. I also signed them, so they come autographed. I'm the illustrator. There they are, made in the USA. See? Popple was printed and bound, was proudly printed and bound in the USA by the fine folks at Warzella Publishing in Stevens Point, Wisconsin. Yeah, a special thanks to Warzella for their kindness and support for this book. And you know what they did, friends? They print a lot of books for Disney, and Disney had some paper from a previous thing they had. There's a little page where you can dedicate the book to your little one. And so there you go. There he is. He sits on a rock all day. There's his Aunt Flo. Doesn't have any friends. He wants to go into the woods, but his aunt tells him that scary creatures are in there. But he goes in there anyway, you know, because he's a curious boy, right? And it's all written in rhyme. It's, if you want to hear me read it, go to my other channel for kids, and that's 3 a.m. Studios on YouTube. And there's a couple of different channels called 3 a.m. Studios, but mine is 3 a.m. because it's me and my kids are the 3 a.m.s, because that's our initials. We're the 3 a.m.s. So there you go. And I usually work till about 3 a.m. Well, let me check my email. All right. I'm going to refresh it and see what's happening. Oh, book. Yes, right. Book also. Artist 61, you are the first one. You're the first email. Okay, Artist 61. You're the first. Okay, you can try it again. You can try it again. You might still win. Oh, 3. Oh my goodness. Artist 61 wins. Yay! Artist 61 wins Popple. She got 3 of them. Wow. She's a quick dialer. Well, fantastic. All you need to do is just send me your address, and I'll send this off to you. Okay? The Popple book. Artist 61. Popple. Okay, send. I got to write this down, right? No, helps me to remember. There you go. All right. Should we give another one away right away? Or should we wait till later? You know what? Why don't we do this? The next one we'll give away Popple's Place. This one. And we'll give this one away on the call-in. So you got to have Zoom. Sorry about that. But second person to call in wins on the Zoom. All right. So we got 2 books we're giving away. First one went to Artist 61, and Popple's Place is going to go to someone. Who will it be? Who could it be? That was pretty smart. Artist 61 to send 3 of them. Yeah, it's fun to give stuff away, because these are really, really well-written books. And, you know, I'm working on my own book, as you might know, and I actually got a little further on it now, and I'll show you that as soon as we, oh, I guess I have to be over here now, because we're not doing the email anymore. So now the second person to dial in on the Zoom, just click that little link or one tap mobile thing, and you can come on over and win yourself a little book. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, I don't have any kids. My kids are all grown, or something like that. Well, maybe you got a neighbor, or you know, maybe you got grandkids, or maybe you have a friend that has some kids There you go. There's always something you can do with it. Or if you don't have kids, you know, I do with these, sometimes I bring them in and I donate them to like dentist's office. But I donated a couple books to the dentist's office. I went in there last time I went in there and they were gone. All the books were gone. I said, what happened to the books? Oh, COVID. What? What? Oh, man. Wow, there's such a brainwashing going on. It's just horrifying. Horrifying. Oh. Yeah, horrifying. Brainwashing. Don't let them get you, friends. Stay natural. Hello, Abby. Operation Shutdown. Yes, he did win a book. Yes, that was awesome. This needs to. All righty then. Dark brain must be the mind meld. Oh, I missed something here. I probably won't get it till later. It'll be a surprise for later. Hey, Aaron. Hi, Abby. Hey, Special K. Good to see you here. Yeah, they got rid of the books because of that. Oh, yeah, germs. Well, you know, I used to work at a daycare, and this was a long time ago, and we used to spray everything down every week. We'd spray all the toys with this disinfectant stuff. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Yes, the merch. The merch is so awesome. You know, when you get that, the logo, the Truth Quest logo on the shirt, it's big. It's like big. It's not like something that you can print off on your inkjet. It's pretty big. It's pretty darn big, I gotta say. And you can see it from a long ways away, because I have a friend who ordered one, and his wife took a picture of him, and he's got like fall foliage around him, and he's quite a ways away, and you can see that Q is like glowing. It's like golden, well, like this, like that. That's the logo. So there you go. Yeah. Well, there you are. Anybody call in yet? Let me check. Nope, nobody called in. So the second person to call in will get the Popple's Place. Now, Popple's Place has something interesting in it. Of course, there's Judy and me on the back again. And it's also got the Jeff Foxworthy sticker on it. But in Popple's Place, this is where the critters make a little home for him to stay in the woods when his aunt leaves. He doesn't have any place to stay, so they build him his own place in the forest. And so I had to depict Popple in his bedroom. So I thought, well, now usually in a kid's bedroom, they got like their drawings from school and stuff on their walls. So let's see. This one was one of the author's kids. And this one here was one of the author's kids' art. This one was my daughter, and this one was my son did. So, and they get credit in the book for those. So there you go. They get their art in a book. So that was cool. And there they all are sleeping away in their own little place in the forest. Oh, look at that. Look at Fancy the Fox, Polly the Owl, Sammy the Squirrel, and Miller the Mole. They're all friends. And you can have this in your hot little hands. And you can't really find these very many places. We got them into quite a few bookstores when we started off, but we could not get them into the big bookstores because we published 2 books in 1 year. But to get into the big bookstores and the distributors, you have to publish at least 12 new titles every year. It's like, really? Really? And boy, it took me a year to just draw both of these. So I was drawing all the time. I was at my son's soccer game. I'm drawing, and all of a sudden, oh, your son scored. He did? Oh, man. So I watched for a while, but I worked really hard to get those done. And it was like a labor of love, really. And it was amazing that we got Jeff Foxworthy to endorse the books. It was quite something else. We also met Jay Leno. He got a couple of the books too. So he was going to consider endorsing. But Jeff Foxworthy beat him to the punch. And he's such a nice guy, Jeff Foxworthy. I really like him as a comedian, because one of the reasons I like him is because he doesn't swear. He doesn't have to swear. Some of these people, every other word is a swear word. It's like just not funny. Maybe it was funny the first time you heard it, but I learned my lesson when I was in 2nd grade. I had a friend in my neighborhood that taught me all of the swear words. So I was pretty proud of myself. I learned them all. So I went home, Mom, Dad, guess what? I learned all the swear words. I listed them all off, and boy, that didn't end well. I didn't know they were bad words. I just was proud that I learned something, but apparently that was not the thing to learn. So don't go teaching kids that stuff. All right? It'll just cause Yeah, you met Jay Leno too. Wasn't his chin enormous? I mean, he really could sell advertising space on that chin, because plenty of billboard space. Several billboards. Yeah, he does seem like a nice guy. I saw him in Boston performing many years ago, and you know what? When he's live, he does swear. He does swear. Not as much as some of the other guys, but I don't know. I grew up in a household where we just didn't do that. That's why I liked when Battlestar Galactica came out, the original Battlestar Galactica, because they had swear words like Feldercarb, and frack. Oh, frack. So they could swear, but they could do it because it was like a different language. Isn't that funny? But anyway, I was going to show you my Awesome Possum book that I'm working on. I'm working on 2 Awesome Possum books. Awesome Possum Goes to School. So this is not going to be the cover, but this is just what I have on it right now. And so I've gotten pretty far. I think the last one that you saw was the bicycle one, where he's on the bicycle. So, all right, the one after the bicycle is this one, right? So this is after the bird tells you about how good at everything Awesome Possum is. And so this says, skateboards, roller skates, and trick bikes too. He can do amazing things. I wonder, can you? There you go. So he's a happy little bird telling the story. And then he starts taking off. He's going somewhere. Oh, that green is hitting the green screen again. And this one says, But that's not what makes him so cool and so awesome. It's not the tricks and stunts of this possum. And then you're going to have to wait to get the rest of it, the story. So there you go. It's at a turning point. The story's at a turning point, and that's it. Hello, Peggy Dancer. Good to see you here. Now we can start dancing. Peggy Dancer is here. Yeah. Hello, Susan. Good to see you here. Welcome to the program. We are giving away this book, which is the second book in the Popple series, Popple's Place, to the second person who chimes in via Zoom here. So call in and you can win this book. You have a chance to win the book. Be the second, did I say second? Second caller. No one has called in yet. So the first one will be not the winner, but the second one will be the winner. And I'll autograph this. This one's not autographed right now, but I'll autograph it. And they help the children's hospitals. Well, we did a lot of presentations to children in children's hospitals when we did the book, when we first came out with this. And we did art demos for the kids at the hospitals, and we did readings, and we gave them cases and cases of these books. And so that's what I do. I give away these books. And so there you go. Popple. It's a great book. Popple's Place. So for the second person who chimes in and just click on to Zoom, maybe you don't have Zoom, it takes a minute to get it, and then you got it. Oh, and by the way, another character in this book series here, one of the characters is up here, Ollie the Owl, okay? Now, we approached Disney to see if they might want to do this in movie form, like a cartoon. And Jeff Foxworthy agreed to be the voice of the owl if the deal went through. So unfortunately, it did not go through, but who knows? Maybe it still will. It's still a good story. And it's the first book is very non-prejudicial, Popple. And Popple's Place, they built him his own place in the forest. And actually the author, Judy, her plan was to ultimately build something like the Ronald McDonald House, but call it Popple's Place, a place for kids to stay near the hospital or for their families to stay. So that was her goal, to do that. So a very, very honorable thing to shoot for. So there you go. And that was years ago. But they're still great books. They're awesome books. And a lot of kids have said that they're their favorite books. So, which I think is wild, because there's lots of good books. Well, all right. Well, I'll tell you what, you can have your choice when you call in. If you win, you can pick either Popple or Popple's Place, okay? Popple has more pages. Popple has, I believe, 40 pages. And Popple's Place has 32 pages. Most children's books are 32 pages, if you ever were wondering. And, you know, Dr. Seuss was challenged by his publisher. He said, I challenge you. I bet you can't write a book, an engaging book, using only 49 words. And so he took a crack at it. And now we have the wonderful book, and had it for years, Green Eggs and Ham. 49 words, because they're repeated over and over again. Brilliant, brilliant. Because how do you learn? Repetition, right? That's right. And books are kind of like memes. Every page is like a meme, right? Part of meme learning, the new kind of learning. Meme learning, because memes rock. You can learn a lot from a meme. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Well, thank you, Green Dragon 64. Very cool work, Aaron. Thank you very much. Oh, Peggy Dancer. All I have working is my phone, and I'm watching you on it. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Peggy Dancer. I guess that would be a problem. And Andre's back. Welcome back. So there you go. And there you have it. And boy, it sure was had a nice time meeting Jeff Foxworthy. We met him twice, and just a real gentleman. He didn't know us from Adam. He lent his good name to our cause, because he does a lot for Duke Children's Hospital, and he's a great guy. In fact, that's how we found out. We went to go see him after we got done with the books, because it took about a year, and it was hard work, and we wanted to celebrate. So we went to go see Jeff Foxworthy. And then he was doing this joke about, he said, yeah, I was doing this gig for the children's hospitals, and he went off, and it was a very funny joke. But I said, hey, Judy, did you hear that? He does work for the children's hospitals. Maybe he'll help us. Maybe he'll endorse the books. And she said, well, we're just normal people. He's famous. He'll never talk to us. I said, well, he's a person. So I gave my card to the stage manager. He said, okay, I'll go see if he'll talk to you. So he came back about 5 minutes later and says, you got 10 minutes before his next show to go talk to him. So we went and talked to him. And in the meantime, before we were called in there, Judy wrote a little note inside the book, because she didn't know if we were going to meet him at the time. So then we got to meet him, gave him the books to look at. He said he was going to have his kids look at the books, and if they liked them, he was going to consider endorsing them, because they help children's hospitals. So that was great. We thanked him, and we left. A very small room. His new shirt was laying on a table, on like a coffee table, still on the hanger. He hadn't put it on yet, because I guess he changes shirts between shows. It's just like a normal shirt. Super nice guy. Super nice. But several months went by, and we hadn't heard from him. Then we saw that Jay Leno was coming into town, and we just went to the casino where he was going to be performing later that night, and we ran into him in the lobby. And he actually called me over. He goes, hey, Elvis. He's waving me over. So I went over there. We went over there and gave him a couple of the books to look at. Turned out in the end, he's pretty much owned by NBC, so he can't really endorse anything. They own him. So, but we didn't know that. So after we gave those books to Leno, it was at the Oneida Bingo Casino in Green Bay, Wisconsin, where we saw Jay Leno. then about a month later, this is like 3 months after we'd met Jeff the first time, we saw Jeff Foxworth was coming back into town to Appleton, which is south of Green Bay. So we went there. We thought, well, he'll probably just tell the same joke. So we didn't really want to see him again, but we thought, well, we'll just go backstage and we'll just leave a couple books with a note inside as a friendly reminder. Well, we went there and he's coming down the hall towards us, and he hadn't seen us in like 3 months. He goes, "Oh, Aaron and Judy, I'm so sorry. I haven't gotten back to you yet. I've been really busy." And I said, "That's okay. Leno hasn't gotten back to us either." He goes, "I'll beat Leno." And he did. About a week later, he emailed us with this quote, this beautiful quote. We put it on a sticker and we put them on the books. So there we go. Hey, we got Special K calling in. That's the first one. First caller. Hello, Special K. And Special K is getting the audio hooked up.
I think so.
Hello, Special K.
Well, hey, Aaron, how are you?
If I was doing any better, I'd be you.
Well, I don't know if you want to be me. You better stick with the male part because I'm female and it's like, no, we won't go there. Merry Christmas belated.
Merry Christmas to you. Happy New Year.
My second live show. Yay.
Yay.
I finally got it.
Awesome.
The timing. I thought you were on earlier and I kept looking for it earlier. I'm not getting all my notifications from this place.
Well, I don't really have a set time. It changes a little bit each time. It's around the same time. So if I was a little bit more organized, it'd be easier for people. So I apologize.
That's all right. Doesn't have to be organized. I like impromptu. That's the best.
Yeah.
Absolute best.
Plus, it's so hard because once you start the show, you're kind of like sitting there for a while. So it's like before I start the show, oh, God, I start. Oh, now I gotta go potty. Like,
yeah.
So there's always that. Oh man. So there's always little things to do before the show.
I'd call in and make it the first caller so that the second caller could come in.
Well, thank you. That's very nice of you. That's very nice.
I'm really Zoom dumb. I mean, I've only had one other experience, and that was with my doctor's office.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm in Oregon, and it's a blue state. And I mean, well,
really,
there's four counties are blue, and the rest of the state is red. But the population, Oregon is such a rural state.
Mm-hmm.
We only have one major metropolitan city, and that would be Portland.
Right.
Eugene is up and coming, but all four of our counties are all college towns. There's like 4 colleges in every town.
Wow.
So the population is youthful.
Yeah.
As far as those counties go, but the rest of the state, almost all of Southern Oregon and the east side, we have 8 counties that want to move over and be part of Idaho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got the better potatoes too.
Yeah, they do have good potatoes.
Wow. Definitely. Yeah. Boy, you got to wonder about these policies of these liberals. I mean, who's asking for any of this? Nobody.
Nobody is. That's the problem. They all think they are.
It doesn't really help anybody. I can't think of anything they've done that's helped anybody. Except themselves. They're pretty
themselves, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I come across somebody and I'm having conversation, I'm always leery to bring up anything because I'm about as red as they get.
Yeah.
And the blueness here, it's so blue. People drive down the road with the mask on and they're in their car all by themselves. That's how blue.
There's been accidents, people driving their car with a mask because they don't get enough oxygen. They crash their cars.
They can't see. The mask pulls up over their nose, and I mean, it's ridiculous.
But it is easier to see who the zombies are.
Yeah, they glow in the dark too. Just carry yourself a little fluorescent light bulb somewhere.
Yeah. Now, well, maybe Zoso dude could run for governor over there. He's over there in Oregon. He could.
Oh man, he'd make a hell of a governor, wouldn't he?
Yeah, heck yeah.
Let's put that by him. We have a guy coming from New York that's running for governor.
Yeah.
And I'm putting it out there all over Telegram. Stay away from him. He's Soros money.
Oh boy.
And anybody that's been in office before, let's get a newbie up there.
Yeah.
Let's get a non-politician.
Yeah. Funny you should mention Soros. I did this. I created a meme a couple days ago. And here's the meme.
Oh, yeah.
Suffering from cirrhosis.
Yes.
A killer. He's getting those. Look at that.
He's got them.
So what I want to do is I want to take that little cartoon Peppy guy, and pinching him right here like he is on Soros.
That's a good one. And then you could do another one with Biden behind him sniffing his hair.
Yeah. That was a Halloween costume. You could put this creepy Biden over your shoulders. And
of course. You can use it anytime. He's creepy all the time.
Oh, man. That's why I think that Trump called him Sleepy Joe, because it rhymes with Creepy Joe.
Yeah. Definitely creepy.
He is creepy, especially the way his white hairs on his leg kind of float up in the pool, and all the kids would rub his.
That's cringeworthy.
He's. But hey, to all these politicians budding politicians, they better take note of how to campaign and get 81 million votes. All you got to do is stay in your basement. Call it a lid every day, and you can be the most popular president ever, or most votes.
Well, there was I think it was a governor or a legislator that ran. He's a truck driver. It's over on the East Coast. He spent a whole $150 and beat an incumbent.
Yeah, that's right. That was awesome.
That should be being broadcast clear across the United States for everyone to hear. That's what we need. We need to get back to what our forefathers put down. These weren't supposed to be 30-year seats. We need legislative changes to get people involved. Re-educate the the classes in school.
Civics.
That's the word I was looking for.
I don't think
they're not.
We didn't have civics. I graduated.
I did, but I'm way older. We had what they call it, constitutional history is what it was called.
We did not have that, and I graduated in 1980. So didn't have.
I graduated in 75, so I'm not that much older, but I remember having civics. But now they've taken that and the Pledge of Allegiance and all kinds of things. But it's okay to teach us about Allah. It's okay to have critical race theory. It's okay to
horrifying.
To have those people that dress up weird and read to our children.
Terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It's time that we started to take our country back the way that we feel it should be ran.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We didn't approve of all these wars. They just said, "Oh, we're going to war, and this is why." Come to find out that it really wasn't why. It was because, Gaddafi was going back to the gold standard.
Yeah,
they didn't want that.
Right.
We all know those names. I don't know what we can say on here and what we can't.
Yeah, I guess I try to be a little bit careful from time to time, but one of my listeners, I'm working on another book. It's called Awesome Possum Goes to School, and I'm doing a little sketch, kind of a rough layout sketch form like this.
He's cute.
And this one here, he's pledging allegiance with his classmates to the flag.
Oh, nice.
And so that was a suggestion of one of my listeners and a good friend of mine. Mike the fireman, and he says hi. He just called me today before the show. So he says hi to everybody, Mike the fireman. And he's just a nice guy. And he said, why don't you should put him Pledge Allegiance. I said, that's a great idea. Why didn't I think of that?
And hide Mike the fireman, because there are LEOs. Hide to the police officer. I've seen TikToks of little boys waiting for the UPS guy, the mailman. There's a little girl who waits at the window for the mailman every day, and it's their thing to wave to each other.
Yeah. And
You know,
did you see the one that's learned sign language to talk to that
no.
package delivery guy? Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. Very incredible.
There's a few more good ideas for your book, because our children, they're being bullied with this mask thing. You know, they're afraid to take it off because they'll get in trouble.
It's horrifying. It is
And
horrifying.
it's damaging to their psyche, their everything.
Yeah.
You can only see people's eyes. That ain't right.
Yeah.
You and I weren't raised that way.
I can't believe people are still wearing masks when I invented the Invisimask like a year ago. Okay. And I teleported one to everyone's face. So there you go. They don't need them.
I know that. I'll use that next time I go to the store.
Yeah. Oh, I have a shirt too in my merch shop that has a picture of my face with the Invisimask on. It's outlined so you can see it, because you can't see it. But yeah. And where's your mask, sir? I have the state-of-the-art Invisimask on. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Does it work where you live?
I've never worn a mask, ever.
Good for you.
And I go to Walmart all the time, a lot of times. It's a small.
Oh, I quit supporting Walmart and Kroger. We have an employee-owned store outlet here called Winco.
Okay.
And the employees own it. So that's what I support. I try to support as local as I can. You know, local businesses. I don't go to Applebee's or Sherry's or any of the big restaurants.
I wouldn't go to Walmart, but it's just, there's no other place really to go. And there's a Pick and Save here, but Kroger just bought it. And that's still where I shop. And I want to get earplugs when I go in there, because make sure you socially distance. Like,
oh yeah.
I can't imagine working in a place like that, hearing that day in and day out. It's just horrifying.
Programming.
Yeah, but I saw a guy at Walmart, or when this thing first started, people started wearing masks. I wasn't wearing a mask. I was like the only one in Walmart or any of these stores not wearing masks. And I saw this one guy, he's wearing a white mask, but he had the front cut out, like a big in front of his mouth. I said, that's a great idea.
That is a good idea.
What about edible masks? You put that on a kid, he'll eat it and it'll be gone. There you go.
Yeah, but he still has the loops around his ears.
You know what? Ear surgeons are going to be rich as anything in the coming years, because everyone's going to have these forward-facing ears. My ears are pretty tight to the head still here, but you know, they're all coming forward. You know, they're and ears,
getting those ears back like they do on the dogs.
And ears are very fragile. They're not to be messed with. I mean, you look at someone who's a wrestler or a boxer, and they got the cauliflower ear.
Yep.
So you mess with that ear, you put those things around it, and they're pulling on it all day. And I see some people, they double them up and their ears are getting squished. It's sad. It's really sad
that they acquiesce to being controlled like that.
Yeah.
You know, I've been 2 years, it'll be 2 years in January that we've been under 2 weeks, and we'll have it taken care of. And now here we are 2 years down the road.
It's horrible.
Yeah, the only place that I wear a mask is to the grocery store. And I'm outside, I walk outside. I don't wear a mask. They can kiss my royal hiney.
Right. Yeah.
They want us to wear a mask outside. Really? Come on. First off, they told us that the stuff that they put in your arm has to be kept at a minus 90-degree temperature. And it was going to be a problem because we only have 3 freezers that will go down to that level. Okay, this came out of Ouchie's mouth himself.
Ouchie.
Okay,
I like
and
that.
so
Ouchie. I haven't
so
heard that. That's funny.
so coming out of Ouchie's mouth, this was going to be an issue. And then here recently, I read an article about how they let the solution warm up. Well, dang, they have to let it warm up to put it in your stuff? And it's like, okay, now it's creating problems because there's living things in there. It just came out on Telegram. I mean, like 2 days ago, and I'm going, holy crap! Hope this gets around to the rest of the population.
Wow.
There's a French doctor who gave a speech on. He got a hold of a vial, and he's looking at it through a microscope, and he's describing things.
Mhm.
The man is now deceased.
Oh boy.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
not.
the razor blades, the tiny little nano razor blades.
Yeah,
That guy. Yes, I saw that video. I shared that out too. Yeah.
and the live thing in between the slide that
Yes.
was
Yes.
pushing up that was half in and half out. Yeah, he described it all. And
Horrifying.
now he's not with us any longer, but the video lives forever.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what to believe, but I do know that they're doing, there's 2 attorneys over in Germany that are doing, they had mail a year ago. They asked for any kind of person that was having issues with what they're doing
Mhm.
to send them their information. So they're going for a Nuremberg 2.0,
Yes.
and it is being done over in Germany. I know that they're going to do it. I haven't heard anything more, but I can't remember the news article people that put that out. But I know that it's happening. I keep praying that it's going to happen soon, 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 so that they can put this to rest.
Yeah. I'm going to share this meme right now. So I think it's a pretty good one. And
Oh, amen.
we just had Christmas, so oh, if I could find it. Oh, there it is. Oh, this computer. Okay, there it is. Jesus was a home-birthed, breastfed, vax-free baby, and his first guests brought essential oils.
Yep, frankincense and myrrh, and
I
they're
love
all
that.
for your health.
Yes, frankincense is supposed to be very good for you. Yeah,
All are.
think about that. Yeah. It's so unnatural to inject toxins into your bloodstream. I mean, when does that happen in nature? It doesn't. Okay.
It doesn't.
It,
Well,
it,
it does when, you're putting fertilizer on things. But
I say if yeah, well, if we were meant to have those toxins in our blood, we would have been born with them already in us.
absolutely.
There's nothing we can do to improve on this design that's been working for millions of years. So, or thousands, or however long we've been around. I
Yeah,
think
I
it's
think
probably
they lied to us about carbon dating too.
carbon dating is wrong.
Yes, it is wrong.
It's completely wrong. They don't know what they're doing. But there is a way to date things. I think they do have that technology in the secret space program where they can actually do accurate dating. So I thought that was excellent. Baby Jesus meme.
It is.
Makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. All natural.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
All right, you guys, it's your turn to call in.
Well, you know what? I don't think anyone else is calling in, so I think I'm going to have to give the book to you. And Mud Rabbit even suggested that. So you get Now I'm going to give you your choice, either Popple or Popple's Place.
Well, which was the first one?
Popple
that
is the
you-
first book.
That's the one I want then, because
Okay.
I got grandkids that I can send it to, and they'll enjoy it if I ever get their address. It's a long story, and I ain't going there.
Okay. Yeah.
Who has grandkids out there in the chat?
I
That
got
they
two.
have.
I got two and another one on the way.
Okay, but I mean in the chat, who has grandkids that they can send it to? Because I'll just gift it to. Oh, how about Artist 61?
She just won.
She did?
She won
Okay,
already.
there was somebody else that wanted them. I saw in there. I can't remember the nicknames that are all in there now.
Hey, Andy Social. Zoso Dude, such a cool guy. It's so nice to see some of the familiar names from over here, like you, Special K. And you're even in that you're famous because you're in his intro video.
Oh, that's not being famous. That's just I watched Zoso go from one coast to the other, and on his trip, I sent him a video because the DEW was hitting. I was watching what's his name, Dutch Sense, and he was showing us, and this was happening in real time. They were using the direct energy weapon.
Wow.
And it was hitting every 50 miles, and he videotaped it. And I thought, holy crap, that's going up north towards Oregon. And sure as hell it was. And I got on the phone or I found a video clip of the fire that was burning, and I sent it to him when he was on the road. And we all started praying for his house. And I believe that's the only reason his house didn't catch fire. Was because of the group, the prayer. It was awesome to watch. I mean, to know that he came back and nothing had been burnt of his. I mean, it's sad that I have all kinds of cousins that live down in that area. Yeah. And it went up through Eagle Point and Shady Cove. And Trail is the last little major city. And all it is a post office with a grocery store. Wow. But it's right along the Rogue River there. But all of that area burnt. And I was just, it devastated all of Southern Oregon. It was just not a good thing that happened. But that's what they did to Paradise, California.
Yes, yes.
Same thing. Well, see if anybody in the chat wants that book. I
have family ties in Oregon.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. In fact, a pretty famous guy. I don't think he was from Oregon, but he went to Oregon and he found this giant silver mine. That's my great uncle or something. Great uncle or granduncle or something.
Was he on the east side of the state? Because east and southern are where a lot of the gold mines are.
This was I think this was a big silver mine. And they did a mini movie vignette about it. There was this short Irish guy that he thought was like a leprechaun, and he told him where to go dig, and he dug and he found this huge silver strain, and he ended up, building this whole town, becoming very wealthy and giving a lot of the money away. So yeah, I can't remember his name, but yeah.
I'm gonna have to look that up because I know the gold mines are down past Grants Pass.
I don't think it was a gold.
Because I was born in Medford, Oregon, which is like 19 miles from where, it's not even 19 miles. I think it's like 10 miles from where Zoso is.
Oh, wow.
But that whole valley there is, it's grown since I left the area.
It's weird how things change. I went to one of my old neighborhoods and I couldn't even recognize it. It's completely different looking. So weird. So weird.
I went to school over in North Portland when I was in grade school, and I took a trip over there here about 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. And all the streets are in the same place, but the street fronts have all changed. The school is still there. which
Mhm.
is surprising.
Wow.
But, the different businesses have come in and taken over. And it's just the theater's still there. Yeah, it all looks the same as far as the buildings that are along the main, I call it the main drag, is
Mhm.
Lombard. Lombard goes from one end of that little town or suburb all the way to downtown before you hit the bridges to go across the river. And yeah, all the neighborhoods look the same. The houses, they may have changed colors, but they all look familiar.
Yeah. Well, let me see if anyone said anything in the chat. Just Josh says hugs special K.
Well, hey, just Josh. Come on, somebody step up and want this book. I don't want it to go to waste. It won't go to waste here, but I just don't have any addresses to send it to.
Oh,
I'm kind of the black sheep of my family. And
yeah.
because I was a mother and I put my foot down, my daughter, she moved out when she was 16. And
Okay.
so she got into some trouble later on. And I took my grandkids for a couple of years and then she got them back. And because I didn't stay in the area and I stayed in contact, but there was some dissension and I
Hmm.
just let her live her life because she's an adult.
Yeah.
You gotta, cut your losses and move forward and continue to live. And because I won't change my theory about drugs, that's just the way it is.
Hmm.
I got 4 beautiful grandchildren, 7 great grandchildren,
Wow.
and yeah, no, I have 8. I take that back. 4
Do you get
boys
to,
and 4 girls.
do you get to see them at all?
Not my great grandchildren.
Oh,
Yeah, my daughter kind of helped that along, but that's okay. She's a grandma now, and as long as she takes that seriously and is a part of their lives, then I did something right.
that's a good way to
Okay.
look at it.
I have to look at the positive because if I
Yeah.
looked at the negative, then I wouldn't be sitting here. I would have done something to myself a long time ago.
Oh my.
Yeah, and that's too
You don't want that. You
that's
don't want that.
that's too permanent of a solution to a temporary problem.
Uh-huh.
And
Well,
I'm not in.
why don't we give you the book? So just in case if someone comes over there, you'll have it
Oh
there.
yeah, we can do that.
All right. And maybe you will enjoy it in the meantime.
Yeah,
So
we could do that.
just email me your address and I'll mail it out to you.
Okay, what's your email?
It's Hot Games and Puzzles LLC. Hot Games and Puzzles LLC. That's one word at gmail.com.
At Gmail. Okay.
I used to have my own website with an email, but that all went away. Um, so there you go.
Alrighty. Well, somebody else gets to call in now. It was
Yeah,
nice visiting with you.
nice visiting with you. Before you go, I have to ask you: have you ever seen a UFO?
Um, yeah, that and more.
You have? Oh,
Yeah, I lived up in a little town called Chewelah, Washington, which
okay.
is about 60 miles north of Spokane. I was married at the time, and my stepson and I were watching TV, and it was really, really foggy. And we heard this whoop, 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 whoop noise.
Hmm.
And both of us bolted out we had like this deck out front,
Okay.
and we get out there and we could see the fog swirling. We
Okay.
couldn't see the ship itself, but we could see green and blue lights.
Wow.
And they were flashing they were like really fast flashing.
Mhm.
And we were both just standing there looking up, and you could see the fog moving and the lights blinking, and it was like, whoa. It had to have been maybe 30 feet above us.
Mhm.
But I'm on top of a mountain, and my nearest neighbor was 2 miles away.
Wow.
I know it wasn't an airplane. I know it wasn't a helicopter.
You live on a mountain? Do
I
you ever
I
go hang
did.
gliding just for the heck of it every day? Go hang gliding off the mountain? No.
Oh, it would have been nice, but I'm not into killing myself early.
Yeah.
I was a skier, snow skier. I could fly that way.
Wow.
They have a
I
nice little ski lift up there too.
do they. I've only skied
Yeah.
once in my life, and I probably never will again. It
Oh, I'll
was
tell you what, I loved it. It was, you could go up there. It was snowing in the valley. You get up on the mountain in the sunshine, take your coat off, fly
really
down the hill. Yeah, it was beautiful.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Skiing is a really good exercise, especially in the wintertime when you get kind of bogged down with the snow or the rain or the dreary, cloudy days.
Well, I guess my experience was a little bit different than yours. I was taking moguls out with my face, and
You
I
went
was
down the wrong area then, huh?
yeah. It was. I went with the girl I was dating at the time. I was living in Rhode Island. I was working at Hasbro as a designer, and we all went to the White Mountains in New Hampshire to go skiing. It was my first time skiing, and my girlfriend at the time was an avid skier. I thought, oh, good, I'll get to learn to ski. We get there, and she said, okay, there's the bunny hill. You go over there. We're going over here to the intermediate. So I went, what? 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 Huh? What? What? So I think, well, whatever. I go to the bunny hill, and I'm going on the bunny hill, and I'm riding up in what do you call it? The lift
Lift.
thing. If these two kids were in there and we're talking, I said, "This is my first time." They go, "Yeah, it's our first time too." I said, "Really? Okay. I'll race you when we get to the top." Okay, I'll race you back down. So we get up there, and I start moving a little bit. They both pass me. I went, "Well, man, their first time."
That wasn't their first time.
It was. I think they were telling the truth.
Really?
They were just like naturally good at it, and I was like naturally not good at it. But
Well,
I finally mastered the bunny hill. I thought, oh, I'm ready for the intermediate. I went up there and I was taking moguls out with my face. It was terrible.
yeah.
It was like ice mountain. It was like ice straight down. And I tried going just straight down, and I go really fast, and I'd wipe out.
You got
And what?
going too fast, huh?
Yeah. And then this gentleman came, and he saved my life. This guy, this black guy, and he had a French accent, and he was wearing all silver hat, silver scarf, silver jacket, silver gloves, silver everything, skis. And he said, oh my, you must go back and forth, not just straight down. You lift the ski, and he taught me how to do it. And he kind of coached me till I got the hang of, you know, because in the bunny hill, you just go straight down. It's like, okay,
Yeah, it's not a steep slope, it's just a gradual.
right. So he taught me to do that. I said, wow, man, you saved my life. What's your name? He goes, they call me the Silver Streak. And off he
How funny. I would have called him God.
he was
I'd
a
be
cool
doing
he was a very cool guy. And I don't know what would have happened to me if he wouldn't have saved me, because it was a tall mountain, you know.
yeah, the mountains aren't small. They really aren't. I did go down the moguls one time, but I could not keep up. That's really hard on your knees
It's hard in your
to
face too, the way I did it.
yeah, I wouldn't want to do it your way. Thank you, but no thanks.
Oh man.
No, not Aaron's way, not going there.
And when you're clinging to the side of a mountain after you wiped out, and there's like skiers going over your head, oh crap, man, this is not
Whoosh.
good. This is not good, man. So yeah,
Yeah,
he saved my life. But it sounds like you were actually a good skier.
but not in the beginning. I mean, yeah, you get a you get your legs, your bearings, you figure out how to stop, and then you learn there's different trails that you can go on. And Moguls was like the very last one that I went on. But I
Yeah.
did have an in. My girlfriend's husband was a ski instructor there.
Oh,
And so he gave me one lesson for free.
oh
And
yeah.
that lesson was the best lesson I ever could have taken because he taught me everything, how to stop, how to go to the side when you move both feet. I
Hmm.
wasn't a snowboarder. I want two sticks and two poles. Now I can get up on a water ski on one ski, but to get on a snowboard, that's a little thin and a little short. I
Yeah.
want those big long things in front of me or in back of me. You know, I felt like I had more power or more control. I don't know which, but they seem to work after a while.
Yeah. It is weird. At one point on the lift, one time I dropped one of my ski poles by accident. Oh no. I noticed where it was. I thought, okay, on the way down, I'll just go over to that area and I'll get it. I got to the top. This is the bunny hill still. And I thought, okay, I got one ski pole. What am I going to do with that? So I held on to it like this. And you know what? Actually, that worked pretty good. I was able to keep my balance, holding it like this, and
Yeah,
not.
because it kept your back erect. Because everybody thinks they got to lean forward to ski, and you don't. You just have to stand up straight and bend your knees.
Oh,
That's I mean, and that right there. If
yeah,
you have,
but I never would be a good skier because I used to have two kidneys, and now I have two adult knees, and it's a problem.
yeah, that would make a problem. Definitely would.
That's my own joke, by the way.
I could tell that was a good joke though.
Thanks.
Good,
Yeah,
good
every once
knees.
in a
Yeah,
while, I get a good one. Yeah. So email me your address,
I will
and
do that. Thank
I'll
you for the
send it
book.
off to you, and you should
Yeah.
get it. I don't know how long it'll take, but you should get there.
Well, we'll let somebody else call in now that I broke the ice. How's that?
Well, thank you very much, Special K, and thank you so much for calling in. We really
Thanks for
appreciate it.
having me.
I hope you
I'll be back in the chat.
have a wonderful evening and a wonderful new year too. Thank you very
You
much.
too. Be safe.
Be safe. Take care. All right. Well, that was nice to hear from Special K. What a nice gal. So there you go. Peggy Dancer. LOL. My gosh, at Aaron, your stories are hilarious, albeit slightly tragic. Yeah. You know what else helped me in skiing was, I was wiping out a lot, like I said. Even on the bunny hill at first, I was wiping out on the bunny hill at first, tragically. And I was wearing this parka that someone lent to me. And I just hated it. I hated it. So, I thought, you know what? I'm going to go back to the car. I'm going to get my leather jacket. I got my leather jacket. And I never wiped out after that until I went on the big slope. Then I did. But there you go. Sometimes it's the jacket will help. Yeah, that was nice that she called in. So thank you so much. And if you feel the urge, you may call in as well. And see, she even had a UFO story. Fantastic. I wonder if I forgot to ask her if that maybe you can answer in the chat. Do you think that UFO was maybe making the fog? Was the fog just around the UFO, or was it like everywhere? Because I've heard some of these craft can actually make their own, some of our own craft, they make their own kind of cloud cover so they can be kind of incognito. Yeah, I wonder. I wonder if that might have been it. Who knows, right? So we got two books given away, two Popple books. one to Artist 61, and one to Special K. There you go. You know, sometimes I wish I could turn back the was it a motorcycle jacket? No, it was just a leather jacket, like a black leather jacket. I wear a black leather jacket now in the wintertime. So there you go. I went to a concert once, a Billy Joel concert. And I was wearing this leather jacket I had on, this shirt and pants and everything. And anyway, when he came on the stage, he had 5 pianos, and he was wearing the exact same clothes I was wearing. Exact same clothes. I couldn't believe it. And I got most of my stuff from thrift shops, so that was pretty interesting. Pretty interdasting, I would say. Don't you think? My granddaughter Hazel's out of the hospital now, 3 days in the hospital. I guess she has asthma, so please, if you can keep her in your prayers. She was very low on oxygen. But she was having a blast at the hospital, I guess. Just having a big blast. Yeah. And I think I've shown this before, but this is always a fun one. Okay, Aaron, it was just around the ship as I could still see the stars and moon. Oh, interesting. Did he start the fire? Yeah, he did. So here's my first car. And I called it the Summer Rat 78. So 1978 was when I had that car. It's my first drivable car. And it's a 1960 Rambler. Great little car, I gotta say. Push button transmission. It was only 40 bucks. Put a new battery in it, boom, cranked right off. And a little bit of spray paint, and boom, you got yourself a classic there. There it is, the Ratmobile. You get the flames in the front, you get the lightning bolts in the back, and then murals on the side. And inside were dingle balls and fun fur, and it was just a fun ride. And it also had a fully reclining bench seat, which they called a travel bed. That's what they advertised it as. So there you go. The old Ramblers, great car. America's first economy car. Great little car. The Ratmobile. Yeah. It became a kind of a famous little car around town that year. Cruised Hopkins in it and everything. There you go. First car. Actually, it was my second car, but my first running car. I had a 1934 Chevrolet 5-window coupe with a 327 out of a 1965 Chevrolet Corvette engine. But I never got it going. Unfortunately, it I had to leave it. I had to actually trade it for another car. So there you are. Excellent. Excellent. A Comet station wagon, Special K. All right. For your first car. That's a cool car. Wagons are always fun. You can bring all your friends. Cool car. Yeah, it was a fun car. It burned a lot of oil and it leaked oil too. It did not even have an oil filter. That was optional that year. But so there you go. So there you go. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, nothing ever heard on the show should be considered medical or legal advice. So yeah, it's just opinions and talk. We're talking, trying to solve some little mysteries. Oh, Artist 61. My first car was a 1971 Cutlass. I loved the speed of that car. Wow. Cutlass, huh? Those were pretty popular back then. Yeah, skiing looks so smooth and easy on TV, LOL. That's right, Beatrice. I thought it'd be a lot easier too. It wasn't easy for me, that's for sure. Maybe I was leaning forward too much. But I had these two long sticks attached to my feet. That was a problem too. I think they should be connected a little bit so they don't cross each other. Like I was crossing. It's like, wow, how do you keep them from crossing? Yeah, Max does suggest things like that, and it's we need to get onto some other platform where we can talk about stuff like that because he's a very smart guy. He's made a lot of discoveries, and he just wants to share them. But yeah, yeah, it's a little iffy on a platform like this, so we try to be very, very careful about that. And so hopefully we'll be around for a little while yet. So there, 12 o'clock. Let's see here. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, get you over on Foxhole. That would be great. I'm at a place right now where I I just can't do anything right now, partly because of my computer that I do the show on. Um, I need a new computer or something, or a camera. I'm not sure. I don't know how that works, but I have to figure it out. Oh, oh, oh yeah, oh yeah. Um, Here's something, friends. I'm sure you'll like this. Stupid man, faster than a speeding sloth, dumber than a box of rocks, able to trip upstairs 3 times in a single flight. There you go. What an idiot. I mean, and he thinks he's going to run in 2024. Well, you get China behind you. It worked last time. I guess that's what he's thinking. I don't think he's thinking much. He had a brain operation where they took his skull cap off. They literally cut the top of his head open like a pumpkin, and they did this surgery to his head. Maybe they should have put some brains in there. Unbelievable. I don't know how the guy has enough brain power to keep breathing, to be honest with you. I know I'm being a little harsh, but he's harsh on us. So there you go. Here's a nice picture that you guys might like to see. It's from the ISS. I have not done any manipulation to this. It's just a beautiful picture. And for all of those of you who've never seen Aurora Borealis, here's Aurora Borealis, Northern Lights from space, from the space station. Look how beautiful that is. Look at that. Wow, when that solar radiation hits our atmosphere, it just lights it up. And it works much like our atmosphere like that works much like the old TV tubes, the old tube TVs, same principle. So there you go. So the Earth is like a giant TV, like a tube TV thing. And the Akashic records, everything that happens on this planet is recorded in the Akashic records because it's the magnetic field is like recording everything. Everything's recorded in the magnetic field somehow. Everything's recorded somehow, naturally. Isn't that beautiful? I thought it was very majestic. Maybe I should check and see if there's anything lingering in the background. Shall I? Yeah, I think I will. Uh-oh, where is it? There it is. Okay, here we go. Well, let's zoom up the exposure. You're starting to see some stars there. And the dark shadows. Increase that. Okay, I just see stars or things that look like stars. I don't really see anything popping up. This looks interesting over here. I don't know. And there it is, back to normal. So look at that. So the red in the Aurora Borealis is not as visible as the green. That's interesting. Very interesting indeed. Interdasting, wouldn't you say? Gases, yes. Solar wind and solar radiation hitting the atmosphere, lighting it up, just like the electricity going into your TV tube. Same principle. There you go. All right. Willie Fixit says, pole north at the part of the edge of wobble. Okay. Hey, Willie Fixit, how you doing? You've only seen it in red, antisocial? I've seen white, red, and green Aurora Borealises up here in Wisconsin. I could probably see them a lot more if I go outside more, you know? But watching this, these ISS footage lately, there are so many Aurora Borealises. I mean, it's pretty amazing how many there are. There's so many of them. It's crazy. It's very crazy. Crazy, crazy. Andre Little, hope that Michael McIntosh will be the president in 2024. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I only see green. Okay. You there too in Michigan, huh? R61. Yeah. It is pretty amazing when it happens. It's just beautiful. It's just gorgeous. And it's one of those things that just makes you're just in awe of nature and creation. Um, that's what Billy Meyer calls it, creation. Creation. That's it's I guess it's the action of God, creation. Grand solar minimum. Yeah, that could be. Well, we're getting ready. We're going to pop off. There's going to be a big solar event happening, apparently. According to some, we'll see. We will see. Yes, Antarctica's in the news lately. Yes, there's a lot of things coming out in Antarctica, and there will be. The cabal has been saving Antarctica for a news clogger when they need it, because they found a bunch of extraterrestrials and their ships and everything under the ice with some experimentations with humans, all flash frozen in the ice. And they've been excavating it and filming and documenting everything since 2001, around there. And but they took all the alien remains out and they replaced all the alien artifacts with artifacts from Egypt. So they're going to try and pull a little switcheroo on us. So just a heads up. If you hear all of a sudden that they found an amazing discovery of what looks like Egyptian artifacts in Antarctica, it's because they brought them there and they switched them out with the alien stuff. They don't want you to see that. They want you to think the aliens are only very far away when they finally make the announcement. And we can tell they're going to do that by what they are saying now, where NASA is hiring 24 theologians to figure out how people are going to react when they are confronted with the fact that we found life on distant planets, alien life on distant planets. So that tells me that they're not going to say, hey, look at this alien right here. Here's an alien. They're not going to do that. They're going to say, we got the signal. They're way far away. It would take us thousands of years to get there. Blah, 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 blah. And the lies will continue. The lies will continue. You can believe, you better believe that. All right, good night, Green Dragon 64. Yeah, I think we're going to put a cap on it as well, friends. We're going to say good night. And I want to thank Catherine Weiss for her very generous super chat. Thank you very, very much. That's what keeps this channel going. And I appreciate every dime that comes our way here. And it helps to, for me to get better equipment and to have a better presentation for you here, and multiple platforms where we can talk about other things and get into more detail about some of the truths that we really need to be spreading around as much as possible. The theologians can talk to the penguins. Good idea, Austin Morris. Yeah, Artist 61. Geez, they think we're all so stupid. They do think that, don't they? Yeah, they do. They think we're stupid, but we're not. Thank you, Mud Rabbit. You're very, very welcome, Mud Rabbit. And thank you, Special K, for calling in and winning. And thank you, Artist61, for emailing in and getting the win. So 2 Popple books are heading out the door, hopefully tomorrow. Get them in the mail, hopefully tomorrow. And we'll see how soon they get to you, sending them book rate. So there you go. And let me know when you get them. Email me when you get them so we can announce that. And we'll probably give away some more next time because we got a super chat this time. So we'll be able to give away some more next time. And the next show is New Year's Eve. Maybe no one will be here. Maybe everyone will be out. But I'll be here and it'll be there for a replay in case you're out doing something fun, which I hope that you will if you're not here. But if you're here, you're very welcome to join in on the fun and make some new discoveries and make some new friends and have fun in the chat. So we love you all. You're all truth questers. We all have to keep our eyes open, keep your eyes to the skies. Because here at the Truth Quest, we're just downrange of strange, where the outrageous is contagious and the paranormal is the new normal. Yes. Tremendous show tonight. Well, thank you very much. Thank you so much. And the mods are the biggest reason why this show is so popular as it is and getting bigger every day, I got to tell you. Thank you so much for everybody for sharing this out, all these shows, and look back in our archives. We've got lots of shows. This is our 122nd show. We've even had more shows than that. Some of them I didn't number. Oh, you'll probably be here, Austin? Okay, good. Well, we'll see you here then. All right. I think there probably will be some more people. Going out has kind of lost its, appeal. Square balls bounce. Yes, they do. And maybe we can give those away too in a future episode. So there we go. 2 books heading out possibly tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow. And the day after that, our New Year's show. So we'll see you all then. And the tall whites, yes. Until then, keep your cameras and your phones trained to the sky so you can take a picture of that UFO. So you can come on to the Truth Quest and talk about it. All right. Until then, peace. Oh, and you rock. Don't forget. Remember, you rock. And peace